All right, so we went to their appointment this morning on the 11th, and Lauren is 4 centimeters dilated, 70% effaced at station 0. So the lady did the little swab thingy down there, and she said, oh, baby's head is right there, so if you do go into labor soon, she's like, baby's right there. So we walked around the BX for 30 minutes. She said, go stay on base, walk around for 30 minutes and see if you go into labor. Well, her contractions have been consistent, like 3 to 5 minutes apart. They haven't been a full minute yet, but they're getting stronger. So Lauren is in the shower. We didn't have the car seat, so I had all the bags and everything, but we didn't load the car seat up for the appointment this morning. I'm loading up everything, getting it done right now, and then she's gonna call labor and delivery and see if we need to come in, because it's been about an hour and they're pretty consistent. But because they're not like making her super out of breath and in a ton of pain, she's kind of not knowing since this is our first time. So I'm out of breath running around getting stuff. I'm super excited. We'll let you know. Bye. Well, we came to the hospital, so how you feel?
Good.
Smiling and cheesing.
Hang on, we gotta explain. We gotta slow down a little because Cristina, I'm sure, was feeling a little stressed when we were. Basically, this morning we went in for my appointment, and when the doctor checked me, she was extremely surprised. She's like, oh my gosh, the baby's head is super low. And she said I was already 4 centimeters dilated and about 70% effaced. She said I was super thin. And I think she was surprised, especially because I was like, well, I haven't really been having contractions. So she did a membrane sweep and encouraged us to walk around for a while and see if contractions started, which they did, and they continued for, they've been going on, but they weren't super consistent time-wise. Like, they kept spacing out 2 minutes, then 3 minutes, then 2 minutes, then 4 minutes. So I was like, let's just go home, because we didn't have the car seat. So we went home, got Cristina packed all the rest of the stuff we needed, and I took a shower. And when I was in the shower, I noticed some blood come out, but I wasn't sure if my water broke as well. I felt some liquid, but I could have peed. It could have been the shower water. So we called labor and delivery, and after we explained how many contractions we were having, they were just like, just come in so we can check if your water broke, and if you're at a 5, we'll admit you. If not, you'll just have to go walk around. So we're here. Head in. Yeah, so we will update you guys, I guess, if we get admitted. So we're walking around. We got checked in, but they still have to do their check to see if we're staying, or they're gonna evict us for a while longer. Are you having a contraction? You can see her belly. She's way over here right now, and she's like pushing up top. That's our heart rate over there. So we're still waiting to get checked to see if she did break her water, and then if we're getting admitted, we're gonna go walk around for a little bit. They just kind of took all her vitals and hooked her up to this machine so far. How you feeling? I think we're gonna try to get her standing up as soon as they do a check. We don't want to be laying down for the rest of this. So. Big contraction right now. Alright, where are we at?
In the room. She did the cervix check. She said the initial test for amniotic fluid was positive, but she's going to confirm under a microscope before they admit me. And I'm at a 5 and 80% effaced. And they just did my COVID test, which is they stick a thing up your nose. This was far worse than my contractions. I was like sweating. I was like, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, she's more worried about the needle than she was contraction.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just waiting.
Alright guys, so I told you, I gave you the update of how progressed I am. She came back and said that the second test that they did about the amniotic fluid for the water breaking was conflicting with the other one. So she said, either way, I'm far enough along to admit, but because I want to go pain-free, she recommended that we walk around for a couple hours, get some food, because you can't eat once you're admitted. So we're gonna go do that now. We're gonna make our last going out meal, Jimmy John's. I'm super excited.
Very romantic, y'all say.
And then we'll probably need to pick up something else too, so I have more protein, but I just want Jimmy John's. So that's where we're going now, and we let our immediate family know, and we're just gonna try and see what happens. And yeah, I'm not a fan of these contractions when I'm sitting down. If I'm standing up, it's okay to breathe through, but If I'm sitting, it's just like my ribs get squished, which is the same thing I've told y'all before. If I'm sleeping and I get a contraction, it's like I don't have enough room to breathe.
Yeah, we're gonna have you walking around and standing up, and I'll hold you, and you can be on the breaking ball.
So we're gonna go get Jimmy John's and we're gonna go walk around. So that's what we're doing now.
We're gonna have a baby today!
We're gonna have a baby! Quick update, because Jimmy John's didn't have a drive-thru and they're closed. A little disappointed, but then I found a plant burger restaurant that has all plant-based like burgers and chicken patties and stuff. So we're going there instead. So that's an acceptable substitute. I don't know if Christina will feel the same.
We'll see.
All right, it is May 11th at 16:51. We've been admitted into our room. This is our setup. Large bathroom. This is just the labor and delivery room, and our post-op room will be down the hall, which we haven't seen. She's been having contractions since about 9:30 this morning, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes off, and they have lasted for about 45 seconds, anywhere from 30 to 45. They're consistently getting stronger.
Super fun.
Bouncing around on this ball.
More panda slippers.
So we are comfy, and it is just me and her. Lauren and Cristina team doing this. Lauren's killing it. She's doing amazing. I definitely had doubts if she was going to be able to do this hypnobirthing. I was unsure of her pain tolerance, to be honest. I'm very impressed with her ability to have gotten to a 4 and not had to go into the hospital. She's like, I think I'm having a contraction. And she's like, okay. And it was like off and on throughout days. Kind of a recap for most of it is her first 2 centimeters was pretty much when she had that 3-hour consistent contractions, and then we had an appointment and they checked and like, oh yeah, you're 2 centimeters and 50% effaced. And so we're like, okay. And then we had another appointment. They did the membrane sweep, and then we had another appointment Monday, today, and they said this morning at 9:30 or 8:40 she was 4 centimeters dilated. So over the past couple of days she's obviously dilated 2 more and just was fine and dandy. Like, I mean, she'd have some contractions at home, she'd be like, I think I'm having a contraction, but she would only feel them sitting down, and when she'd stand up she wasn't feeling them. So we tried to walk some, but then we would just go to sleep and wake back up, and Groundhog Day all over again. So when she did the membrane sweep today, it kind of started contractions. I'm like, and they asked us to go walk, so we walked. Realized Lauren's like, I think we should go home and get the car seat and stuff. So went home, got the car seat, she took a shower. The mucus plug bloody show happened. We're unsure if the water broke, so we called labor and delivery. They said come in. They checked her, they did an ultrasound, like they're confirmed she's definitely having contractions. It showed it on the chart for every 3 to 5 minutes. And they're like, man. And then the nurse, it was so funny because Lily, she was our nurse, and she was like, I guess she could see on the chart before they showed us what it was doing on there with the 2 sensors on her belly, that she was having contractions, and she like is typing, and she like looks down at Lauren and then like looks back at the computer, and then whenever her contraction was done, she's like, you are really stoic. She was like, you're doing great. And I was like, it was super funny. But she's killing it. I'm super impressed.
How little. One diaper.
Lauren's test for COVID came back negative. They're about to come in and do a check since we just got admitted, because we were gone for probably, they said go walk around and get some food, because when she's here she's on clears for about an hour and a half. And I think we came back in like 2 hours. Yeah, it's like almost, or right at 5 now.
I don't really think I've progressed much because they're not much stronger, but they're just gonna check it now since
I think she just doesn't understand her contractions, because they significantly seem stronger, because she was like, that was a good one, that's a good one. And then afterwards she'd be like, so, and just like snap back to what life is like without a contraction.
It's so weird, because it's like, it's kind of like if you've had an HSG, they shoot the dye up there, and in that 45 seconds you're like, this is excruciating, and as soon as they're done shooting the dye in, it's like it didn't happen, and you feel a little crazy. You're like, everything good? And that's how the contractions feel. It's like, oh, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna drink some water again.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel in your gown and your slippers?
It's not that bad, honestly. I think it's pretty cute.
Golly, it looks huge. You're doing great, sweetie. We're in active labor. They broke the water, and contractions went from being breathing manageable to extremely painful.
Definitely have to make noise through them. Much more intense. I'd rate it like, I was probably at like a 4 or 5 discomfort. I'd say like I'm at like a 7 now. I'm a little nervous for when I get like 8 and past that.
You're
But
doing
we can
great.
do it. We can do it.
Yeah, baby. You got all the way to 6 without needing anything, so.
This is intense.
We're gonna have a baby soon, sweetie. You're doing great.
My face is tingling.
Your face is super red. You're doing great.
It's hard because like I feel like my shoulders tense up and I'm having to like try to focus to keep them loose. Baby time.
Yeah, she's coming.
It's coming.
Doing great too. You did it, baby. It's our sweet Norby. But you did so great.
She's so calm and quiet.
She is.
She's comfy.
She is. She's looking up at you.
She has hair.
She has hair. So beautiful. She's so calm.
Just a little bit.